Okay, so now we will see another lab which is data flow quick start templates. So this lab is basically about the data flow service, and under the data flow service this is a very basic kind of lab, and that is quick start lab. And under the data flow service, so basically we will look up about the templates. So we know like data flow is a one kind of service available by the Google Cloud platform. If you go to the Google and just type in data flow, you could see here like data flow is a managed service. So it is a managed service, so we don't need to like create any underlying infrastructure. Like there is no need to create a virtual machine, there is no need to create a any clusters. Everything we will just like create our jobs and run it, like whatever the infrastructure required at the back end, whether it required two CPUs, whether it required 4 CPUs, whether it required one machine, whether it required two machine, automatically it will like create and it will automatically scale accordingly. So it is a managed service. So what is the purpose of data flow? Data flow is basically used when we have to run some kind of ETL jobs. So as part of the ETL jobs means like we want to take the data from some source and we want to put the data into some destination, but before putting into the destination we want to process the data, right? So in that case like we have so many options. Like one is the cloud data prep, which is a automatic data cleaning. One is a cloud data flow, which is a managed service, and that is not automatic, we need to write some jobs. And one is cloud data proc. So cloud data proc is not the managed service, we need to create the cluster. So here we are we will look at the cloud data flow. So you could see cloud data flow is a managed service for executing a wide variety of data processing patterns, and we can like we need to pass some data, and that data can be passed at a once, that is a batch data, or it could be the stream data, that is data is like coming from IoT devices. So it flows both kind of data. So yeah, that is the basic overview. So as part of this lab, what we have to do is we will use the cloud data flow, right? And we will use the templates. So templates is one kind of functionality within the data flow. So what is basically a template? A template like when we write some jobs, right? Like jobs 1, and after let me give you one example, job 1, and we want after job 1 job 2 should execute, and after job 2 we want job 3 should execute, and after job 3 we want job 4 execute, right? And so we have written some code, and we will like save this code and like create some kind of template. And template is a generic template, we will not hard code anything, we have to just pass the arguments, and automatically those arguments will be passed inside the jobs, and that job will work. So template is a generic kind of structure. So we have already some like as part of the cloud data flow, what it will do is it will like took the data from some source and put the data into some destination, and before putting it will process the data, right? So we can take the data from many places. Let me show you. Yeah, so as part of the cloud data flow, we can take the data from any source, whether we can take the data from PubSub, and the destination could be the BigQuery, right? Destination could be the Bigtable, destination could be the MongoDB, right? Destination source could be the cloud storage, and destination could be the BigQuery. Source could be the Apache Kafka, destination could be the BigQuery. And these are the streaming templates, and we could do like took the batch template as well. Like the source could be the cloud storage, in the like when we use the like streaming template, so generally the source should be the cloud PubSub. So or it could be the like Apache Kafka, or like CDC, that is the chain data capture. but when it with the batch, the source code should be like something like where we can took the data at once, like whether it's a BigQuery or cloud storage or cloud spanner, right? So we have so many like options. So and we have already a pre-written some templates available. So as part of those templates, like we will just select that template. Let's suppose if our requirement is we want to read some data from the PubSub topic and we want to put into the BigQuery, right? So there are two cases: either we will write all the jobs, right, or someone has already written some jobs and created a standard template, that is a PubSub topic to BigQuery template, and this is the requirement. So we don't need to write the jobs. We will just use an existing template, and we will pass our arguments. Our arguments means like what is our BigQuery dataset, what is our BigQuery table, what is our source, that is a PubSub topic, right? So we will pass our own arguments. So there are so many templates available. So as part of this lab, we will use the PubSub topic to BigQuery template. So which means we will read the data from the PubSub topic and we will write the data into the BigQuery. So as part of this lab, what we will do is we will read the data from the PubSub topic, we will write the data to the BigQuery, and we know in the BigQuery what is the structure of the BigQuery. So first we have the project, right? And first we have the project, and under the project we have the data set, and under the data set we should have the table, right? So as part of this lab, what we have to do is, so project is already created, right? So for us, so whenever we create account, so project is created. So project, we already have the project, so we will create a one data set under that project. Once the data set will get created, we will create a table so that we can store our data, we can read the data and we can store our data into this table, right? So once the data set and table is created, so now the other thing is we will create a cloud storage bucket as well. Why we have to create the cloud storage bucket? Because when it will do some kind of processing, it will need some kind of storage, like staging kind of files, where it will store some, like it will do some processing, it will store some files. So we will use the cloud storage as a bucket. So we will have to create the cloud storage bucket as well, right? And as part of this lab, we have to create the PubSub topic as well. So there are two things here: either we will create our own PubSub topic and put some data into the PubSub topic, right? Or we have some public PubSub topic available, we can use the public PubSub topic available. So as part of this lab, we will use the public PubSub topic available. So we will just use public PubSub topic, and then we will use the template and load the data into the BigQuery table. So that's the overview. So let's start. So let's start the lab. So much options. Yeah, we will copy the username, we will open Google Console. So these are some basic steps. We'll copy the password, we will paste the password, do next, accept. Okay, I agree to the terms and services. Okay, so let's pin some things. So we need the cloud storage, so I mark it as pin. so that it will like came on the top. And I also need the cloud BigQuery, so that is available under the big data. We need the cloud data flow as well. We need the BigQuery as well. Yeah, so all the three things available. So let open one by one. So it is opening. Let's wait for few seconds. So you could see as of now, okay, let it be loaded. So you could see as of now data flow is totally empty. We don't have any jobs to display. In the BigQuery itself, we just have the project, and if we expand the project, we don't have any data sets. So if we don't have any data set, we don't have any tables, so everything is empty. And in the bucket, we don't have any bucket, so no rows to display, right? So as part of this lab, we have to first create, as I told you, first we have to create the destination table, that is the data set, and the BigQuery data set and the BigQuery table, and then cloud storage bucket. So we can create using two options, either using the command line, or either just using the UI. So UI means I will just click on this three dot and will create a data set and give the data set ID name, and then just create a data set, right? Same for the browser. I can just create a bucket name and give some unique bucket name, and then click on create and cancel, right? But what we will do is we will use the command line, so that we can learn the commands as well. We have both the options available as part of this lab, but we will prefer commands rather than using the UI. Okay, so let's scroll it. So first thing is we need to create a data set. So we need to create a data set in the BigQuery. So BigQuery commands always start using the BQ, right? And to create a data set, that is we have to make a data set. So we will use the BQ MK, that is the BigQuery MK. MK means make a data set, and the data set name should be taxi rides. Just press enter, authorize it. It will call the BigQuery API. Yeah, data set is created. So now we can verify it. So let's refresh the console. So if we now expand the project, we could see the data set is now available for us, but we don't have any table. So let's create a table. So data set is created. Check my progress. Now we will create a table. So here, so again we are creating a table under the BigQuery. So the command should be started with the BQ, right? So command should be started with the BQ, and then MK means a make, and we have to create the table. So for the table we will use the -t. So we will use the -t as an argument, and then we will create a table. So under which data set we need to create the table? So taxi rides is the data set which we just created above. So under this we have to create the table. The table name should be the real time. So dot real time, and we are creating a partitioning table. So we have give minus time partitioning field, and we are creating a partitioning table on which field? We are creating on a timestamp field. And what is the schema of the table? So we are giving the schema as well, minus schema, and then we are giving the schema, that is the field name and the data type of that particular field. So same thing I have not hit the enter. Before that, let me show you. Same thing we can create create the table as well from here. If we open it, and we have this plus icon, we can just create a table. We can create an empty table, and we can add a schema, and here we can add a schema. We will give our old field name and give the type of the field names, and we have the partition as well, whether we want to create a partitioning or not. So no partitioning condition by ingestion time. So right, so we can like create a partitioning table as well, and then we can create, but we will do all these things using the command line. So just press enter. So table is created. So let's look, let me refresh. So let me expand the project. Now we have the table, right, real time. So if I click on it, I can see that the schema of the table, all the schema which we have provided during the creation, and in the details tab, if you scroll down, it is a partition table, partitioned on the field of timestamp. Okay, so and if we go to the preview, so we don't have any data, so we will put the data using the data flow pipeline by reading from the cloud PubSub. So data set is created, table is created. Now we need to create a storage bucket. So storage bucket as well, like we can like simply create using the console, that is the UI, but we will use the command line. So I am just setting a variable, even don't need to set the variable, but generally like we set the variable when we write some code, or when we have to use the same project ID again and again. So that's why we store the particular value into some variable. So let's store the variable, export bucket name, and then the bucket name. So I give the bucket name as a project ID. So we know that to create a bucket, so we will use the gsutil command, same as for the BigQuery we use the bqmk command, BigQuery make, but for the bucket we will use the gsutil mb make bucket, and then we will give the bucket name, like the syntax of the bucket name, gs, then colon, then double slash, and then dollar bucket name, because we are like store the variable, we are reading from the variable. So if we too have to read some from the variable, we have to use the dollar sign, otherwise we can directly give the like the project ID here. So let's enter here. So bucket is created. So let's see if I refresh it. So now bucket is created. So we don't have any data right now. So BigQuery is created, data set is created, table is created, bucket is created. So now we have to create the some data flow. So in the data flow you could see we have to, so many options. Create job from SQL. We can click on the notepad, notebooks, and write our code as well. We can create the job from template. So here our lab is templates. So we have to explore the template. So we will create the job from the already existing templates. So I will click on the particular icon, that is a template icon. So let me give the job name IoT flow. Like now I have to use a data flow template. So we have so many templates available, but we will use PubSub topic to BigQuery template. So we will use the PubSub. So automatically, like whatever the jobs written under this template, automatically like it will show us, like it will read from the PubSub topic, then it will do some conversion, then it will write the records, it will, everything is written for us. Otherwise like we have to write all these like jobs, and we need to set the dependency on each other. Now we have to give the input PubSub topic name. We will just pass the required arguments or parameters. So input PubSub topic name should be in this format: projects, then your project ID, topics, then your topic name. So here like okay, let me check my progress, because bucket is created. Yes, so we will like skip this section, because this section is to create all these things but using the cloud console, that is UI. So we will not go through this section, because we have already created using the command line interface. Okay, so now we have to give the PubSub topic name. So as I told you, we need to give the PubSub topic name in this format: projects / your project ID. our project ID is different, but here I am using the public project data. So we like the Google has provided some public project data as well, so that is the public project ID, that is the public PubSub data. And then topics, okay, topics, and then your topic name. So we have given like taxi ride real time. So this topic should exist in this public data set already. So we are we are not creating our own topic under our project, but we are using the public PubSub topic. Now we have to give the BigQuery output table. So BigQuery output table we need to give in this syntax, that is the project ID, your data set, and then table name. So let's copy the project ID. It is mentioned here, like if you go read the description as well, it is mentioned here what is the format. So project ID, and then we need to give the data set name, colon, data set is taxi ride, then dot, then table name, that is the real time. Then we need to use the temporary location. So temporary location should be GS, then bucket name, and then temp. So our bucket name is our project ID. This is just to write the temporary files. So I give the like the bucket name and slash temp, right? So now let me run the job. So I am using the inbuilt template. So I have just passed the my own arguments that automatically pass in all these jobs, and all the jobs will start running. So let me run the job. So say this is a data flow, so it is a managed service, so I don't need to create any cluster or any VM. Automatically it will be created. If I show you, so you could see here like all the jobs automatically created, because we are using the template. So whatever the jobs exist in the template, so template is basically for PubSub to the BigQuery, so it will write the records to the BigQuery. So we can show the two views, one is the graph view, one is the table view. We can use the table view as well. Let me expand it. So table view is what it will read from the PubSub and it will convert. So PubSub is basically has some JSON format of record, so every formatting it is doing internally, right? So let me go back to the graph view. See, I have not created the VM, it automatically created the VM for us. So I go into the VM section, VM instances, because data flow is a managed service. So as of now it required only one VM, so it created one VM. If the load is increases and if it need two VM, then we could see automatically the two VMs here. So it is a a managed service, and it will automatically scale accordingly. Automatically it select N1 standard for type. And let me close this. Okay, so let's wait for few minutes because right now if I click on it, we can see the data, see the details, like how many records it will added, it will read. So right now it has not read any record from the PubSub. It will take some time, the job is still running. So after few minutes we could see the data is automatically will be populated here. Right now the table is empty, automatically the data will be came here. So because we are using the template, and as part of this template we use Cloud PubSub to the BigQuery. So and in the arguments we have mentioned the BigQuery destination tables, it should be that, right? So have it started reading the data. So see, everything automatically came. That is a job info. Otherwise, if we write our own jobs, we have to write a lot of code, right? Because we have to like take care of the lagging concept, that is the watermarking concept. So many concepts we have to like convert the JSON format into some proper format, and we have to take care of the failed records, like if there are some error in data, so it should write to some dead letter queue. So everything we have to written down. But if our requirement is like a common requirement which is already available as part of our template, so why should we write our own jobs when the jobs are already written for us? We can just use our standard templates. So in this way, we got to know how to use the templates. So let's wait for few. Yeah, now you could see it started reading the elements 11174, right? So if I go to the BigQuery and let me refresh it, you could see earlier the table is empty. Now you could see the records are loaded, and all the schema are the same which we gave during our creation of the table, right? So now the records are getting loaded. So this is just a very basic idea, what is templates under the data flow, and how to create a jobs using the template, and what are all the parameters, what all the templates available. So there are so many templates available, but right now we are using PubSub topic to the BigQuery. So if we are using PubSub topic to the BigQuery, so we have to pass few things. One thing is the source itself, so from which PubSub topic we are reading the data, and the second thing is that we need to mention, okay, what is our destination, that is the BigQuery table and data set. And third thing is that the temporary file, so where the temporary file will be stored, that is the cloud storage. Yes, let me check my progress. Yeah, that's done. So it is actually the streaming job, so it will continually get running. Now you could see the number of records will increase to 13525. It is not a batch job, so it is a streaming job. The data is coming from the public data, so maybe millions of data is coming, and it will writing into the BigQuery. But our lab is ended, so let's close it. So let's end the lab.